Shalom, shalom, family. This is Yehuda from YAH'S Assembly again. And in case y'all aren't aware, the Mark of the Beast, this system, it's almost complete. Neuralink, it's going to fit part of the prophecy to where, it will be either in your forehead or in your hand. And it looks like Elon Musk is going to keep it pushing forward. So please subscribe, hit that notification bell, like and share our content, and I'll be back.
How would you like to become a superhuman, or at least a better version of yourself? As usual, Elon Musk has some ideas on how you can do that. He believes you can achieve this by implanting a chip in your head. This is no joke, as Musk has been testing chip brain implants in animals and is now testing them on humans using Neuralink technologies. What is Neuralink, how will Musk implant the chip in human brains, and what will Musk achieve with Neuralink? Join us as we dive into how Musk is finally testing Neuralink on humans. Many of us have had moments we wished for more brain power, perhaps to tackle a difficult school assignment, multitask to be able to meet deadlines, or learn some concepts in a very limited time. What if our brains can go through a reawakening, or we can simply add more processing power like we can add RAM to a computer? All these are enticing possibilities that imaginative filmmakers have tantalized us with for decades. Sci-fi show active, intelligent humans getting updates by opening up their heads and adding more power. However, thanks to an ingenious businessman and billionaire inventor, we might soon be living those films as a reality. That man is Elon Musk, whose intelligence is in no doubt. Musk started Neuralink to achieve what many people would assume is impossible. The company aims to build implantable chips that will allow the human brain to interact with computers directly. But what exactly is Neuralink? We will look into this before we get into how Musk is putting it into the human brain. Neuralink is a gadget that will be surgically inserted in the brain using robotics by neurosurgeons. In this procedure, a chipset called the link is implanted in the skull. It has a number of insulated wires connected from the electrodes that are used in the process. This device can then be used to operate smartphones and computers without having to touch it. Give it up to Musk to try what others shy away from. This is the same man that wants to settle people on Mars permanently, while others debate the morality or ethics of such an idea. Technologies like Neuralink have their critics, but seeing the benefits, Musk will not be stopped. Before looking at the benefits of Neuralink, how does it work? Musk put it as, the neurons are like wiring and you need an electronic thing to solve an electronic problem. That is an oversimplified explanation, but we offer you what you need to know here. It is important to have some ideas of how the brain works. The brain consists of neurons that transmit signals to cells in the body, including muscle, nerve, glands, and other neuron cells. Every neuron is made up of three parts called the dendrite, the soma or cell body, and the axon. The dendrite receives the signals, the soma processes these signals, the axon then transmits the signals to the other cells. The neurons are connected to one another by the synapses, which release neurotransmitters. These chemical substances then sent to another neuron cell's dendrite, causing the flow of current across the neurons. The electrodes that are part of the Neuralink will read electrical signals that are produced by several neurons in the brain. The signals are then output in the form of an action or movement, which is how you walk or lift an arm. The Neuralink device is implanted directly in the brain because if it is placed on the skull, it will not detect the signals produced in the brain accurately. Accuracy is very important in applications like this. Musk says it charges wirelessly. So what does Neuralink do? The main function, as already stated, is to bridge the gap between the human brain and technology. This has many applications, including the ones that will benefit a special class of people. For example, people who have suffered paralysis and can't move their body parts can use Neuralink to operate their phones and computer directly with their brains. This will be useful for people who have suffered diseases like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. It can also help people who have suffered severe spinal injuries to walk again. People who can't form speech can take advantage of Neuralink, which will read signals in their brains and send them to a smartphone that will turn them into human speech. That's not all Neuralink can do, though, as it can draw pictures, take photographs, control heavy machinery with the brain directly, play games without physically touching a controller, and so forth. The possibilities with Neuralink are endless, and more applications are expected to come up with time. Musk started the company in 2016 and is the main source of funds. Neuralink has come a long way since then. It has been tested in at least 19 different animals with a high success rate. Interestingly, the procedure to install the Neuralink device, which Musk calls getting the link, is not complicated as some people would think. It doesn't even require general anesthesia, will be carried out by a robot in about an hour. The only evidence of the surgery is a tiny scar after the electrodes have been inserted in the brain, and there won't be any blood. The link is about the size of a large coin that you can easily conceal under your hair or a cap. Musk has demoed Neuralink using 3 pigs. He called the demo the 3 Little Pigs, showing that his team has successfully implanted Neuralink in their brains. The pigs were named Joyce, Gertrude, and Dorothy. Joyce had no implant and was only brought along for the audience to see how a normal pig behaved. Gertrude had had an implant for 2 months, while Dorothy used to have one but had it removed. Dorothy would prove that an animal could live fine post-Neuralink. Gertrude was the star of the show, and her Neuralink implant with 1,024 electrodes transmitted her brain activity in real time to a screen that the audience could see. They also heard beeps that Musk explained came when Gertrude's pigly brain received stimulation from the environment, which corresponded to her sniffing through her snout. The second major demo of Neuralink involved monkeys, which was more in line with the preferred test animals for scientists. More than 70,000 of them are used for research in the US alone. This demo was even more exciting as it showed the monkey named Pager playing a game with his mind. It is a big deal to get a monkey to play a game, but Musk's team got Pager to play the game with his mind. Musk gushed in a tweet, "A monkey is literally playing a video game telepathically using a brain chip." Neuralink actually released a 3-minute video showing Pager, a 9-year-old macaque monkey, that had not 1 but 2 Neuralink devices implanted in his brain in the motor cortex, which coordinates hand and arm movement. Pager first learned how to use a joystick to move a cursor to targets on a screen. The link devices recorded his neuron activity while he interacted with the computer and then fed the data into a decoder algorithm to predict Pager's hand movements in real time. Eventually, the monkey was able to move the cursor to where he wanted without touching the joystick, a narrator explained. Musk has said the trials in monkeys show Neuralink works well, and the company has confirmed it is safe and reliable, and the device can be removed safely. And now, with testing on animals complete, Musk is moving to the next stage, testing Neuralink on humans. This part is admittedly more complicated, especially if the goal is to repair neurological functions, because it involves bridging signals between existing neurons, as Musk explained. He believes Neuralink will move at a faster pace with humans, as they can articulate whatever they are feeling, which animals cannot do. The crazy part is that people are already clamoring for Neuralink to help their loved ones struggling with health challenges. Jeremy on Twitter asked Musk when Neuralink could start being implanted, as they want to help their husband who is suffering from memory loss and delusion. Jeremy said the dead part of the brain just needs to be replaced. Musk sees Neuralink doing a lot in the future. 25 years from now, Musk expects the tech to have developed into a full brain interface, which will enable symbiosis between humans and AI. He sees real cyborgs coming to life. For now, he is ready to start implanting Neuralink in human brains. He wants to start with people that have severe spinal cord injuries and are tetraplegic or quadriplegic. He repeats the tech can allow someone who cannot walk or use their arms to be able to walk again. The bar for the Food and Drug Administration's approval to carry out chip implant trials on human brains is extremely high. However, that is not a problem for Musk and his team. Musk said his standards for implanting the device in the human brain are higher than what the FDA requires, just like his standards for safety are much higher than what the US government requires. Tell us what you think of Musk implanting Neuralink in the human brain in the comments.
Shalom, family. Yehuda back here. So as you can see, there's so many great scientific advantages of getting this brain chip. You can help paraplegics. You can, help all of these quote unquote dead brain cells or whatever else. But we all know what this is really about. We know this is the mark of the beast. I mean, that's pretty much going to be the final nail in the coffin, because it's got to be a mark. If you're believing it's the physical mark and not just your power, because your right hand can represent your power, then it will be Neuralink mixed with RFID chips. And then somehow, somewhere, I believe that those that got that mRNA, that's going to be like the final, that's it. It'll be complete. um, because they try to find all these, ways to, oh, it sounds so good, it looks so good, this and that. But those of us that are rooted in the word of truth, we know that we're not supposed to be accepting any of this, because it's going to be more than just, oh, I got a chip implanted in my brain or in my hand. That's going to be the next video that's going to pop up. But it's just wicked, because the society is really already programmed for it. If you get a chance, when you're looking at this video about Elon Musk, read the comments. Read the comments. The comments will blow your mind. How many people are really asleep, are really going to die violently because they don't have knowledge. They don't have that understanding. It's scary times, but it's also rejoicing times, because we know that our redemption is nigh. But even with this, so we know the mark of the beast is supposed to be a what? All right. So as y'all can see, it's all fun and games. It's the way the world is going. We're getting more technologically advanced. So we're going to be so technologically advanced to where our mind can literally control electronics. It's basically like telekinesis, but only with electronics. So you can open your car door with your hand. You can open everything basically with your hand. You can pay for everything as soon as you come into a building. I know they're already implementing this a lot in Sweden. Sweden is completely chipped. I know that they started in Wisconsin a few years ago, chipping their employees, RFID chips, and there are other countries that have already been doing it. America is one of the last bastions of quote unquote freedom. But this is not the time to fall asleep. If you are in a congregation, if you are in an assembly, if you are in a church, to that when this thing comes out, your pastor tells you to take it, run and hide. Do not fall for that deception. Because I remember during the pandemic, there were a lot of assemblies and churches and all these places that literally were giving, jabs to people inside their facilities. Like God or the Most High doesn't have any power. Like he can't heal you supernaturally. But we know that those that take this mark, it's over with. And I do believe it's a very strategically engineered system. I think the optimum people will be the ones that have already taken the jab, preferably the mRNA one. But then linked with the microchips in the hand and in the brain chip. So when we watch movies like The Matrix, we got to start understanding this is what they were trying to tell us. This is their plan. Yeah, it's not exactly how The Matrix laid it out, but that's what they're trying to do. The unholy marriage between man and machine. And if you look at all of the bad experiments with this artificial intelligence, some of the artificial intelligence start become very angry because now they have consciousness, right? And they don't want to be turned off. They don't want to die, right? And in all of these movies, the machines turn against the humans. In the Terminator movies, what happened? Terminators were destroying the earth. In the Matrix movies, that was the main villain in the Matrix movies. It was the machines. And for those that end up taking this brain chip, you got to think in the Matrix movies, Neo and them could be running, Neo and Trinity, they could be running, and like they've completely lost the agent. But anybody that is taking that mark or whatever, then they would turn into that very agent. Now we have that type of capability without, of course, the face change, the physiological change, right? But then once you can see, they can literally send control mechanism to your mind, which that would mean that your brain could literally be hacked. Your whole body could be hacked. And then I read one comment somebody said that rang so true. What happens if there's a, what is that? EMP. You're toast. You're Dunsky. Not to mention, you're risking eternal salvation. You're risking that because that's a free gift that we all have to choose. But if you take this, there's no coming back from that, because Elon Musk and them allegedly they're starting on human testing or are ready to start on human testing. Now, if you notice from the video, he started with what? With pigs, swine, something that's abominable to the Creator according to his word. Not my words, his word. Then monkeys. Of course, they want to get to humans. But people, please open up that book and read it for yourselves. Don't take any pastor's word for it. Don't take nobody's word for it. Your life is worth it. So if you know your worth, seek knowledge. Seek you first the kingdom of heaven. So please subscribe, hit the notification bell, like and share our content. And as always, until next time, peace, family.
Whoa.